Plus, this week we kicked off a brand new series called The Unoffendable Life. And the big question that we're asking was this: how do you live free in a world that is addicted to outrage? I don't know about you. Everywhere we look, I feel like people are offended in politics, social media, there's family dramas, even dramas that happen inside the church. But Jesus shows us a better way. As a matter of fact, in Luke chapter 17, verse 1, Jesus said, "It is," you ready? "Impossible that no offenses should come, but woe to him through whom they come." He says offenses are guaranteed. Someone's going to cut you off in traffic. That's going to happen. Someone is going to ignore your text. Someone's going to say something very careless. They're going to hurt you deeply. You cannot stop the bait from being set, but what you can do is you can choose whether or not to take that bait. The word Jesus uses for offense actually refers to the trigger of a trap. If you think of an animal trap, picture a wooden box propped up with a stick. Food is tied to that stick, and the moment the animal touches it, the box drops, and that stick is called the offense. And that's the picture that Jesus has given us. It's a trap that has been set. Offense is bait. It looks small, but when you grab it, that trap snaps shut. That's why Proverbs 18:19 says that a brother offended is harder to win than a strong city. See, offense builds walls, and walls don't just keep people out, they lock bitterness in. John Bevere, author, pastor, calls the offense the bait of Satan. It's his most effective weapon for division, because when you live offended, you stop seeing things clearly. And when you stop seeing things clearly, you'll stop loving freely. And what will happen is you'll end up trapped. So what do you do when you face offense? Let's talk about some practical steps. Step one, I would tell you, expect the bait, but don't take it. Because remember, Jesus says offenses are going to come. You're going to have opportunity this week to be offended. But instead of reacting, take a moment and pause. James says in 1:19, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger." A quick pause can save you from a trap that could last years. I would also say release it quickly to God. Forgiveness is not pretending that it didn't hurt, okay? It's refusing to carry that around any longer. Paul says in Colossians chapter 3:13, "As the Lord has forgiven you, so you are also to forgive." That's a command, not a suggestion, by the way. So when you feel offense rise up, pray, "Lord, I release this to you. I don't want to carry this. I trust that you've got it." That prayer opens the door for peace where bitterness wants to grow and take root. And then I'll tell you to check your own heart, right? Check your heart. Sometimes the offense isn't about the other person. Sometimes it's about our pride or assumptions. Ecclesiastes chapter 7:21 says, "Don't pay attention to everything people say, for you know you've said things too." So before you get defensive, stop and ask, am I extending the same grace that I would want someone else to extend to me? Now that question can diffuse a lot of offense. And then step 4 here is to build bridges and not walls. Offense says, cut people out. I'm done with you, right? Jesus says, love them in. John 13:35. "By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." So our witness isn't how many Bible verses we can quote. It's how well we love when we've been hurt. So this week, think of one person that frustrates you. Just one, okay? Just one. Don't get carried away. Who's hurt you? And I want you to find a way to bless them. Send them a text. Pray for them. Do something that builds a bridge instead of another wall. Let me give you a picture. Imagine carrying around a backpack. And every time you take the bait of offense, it's like adding a heavy rock into that backpack. One harsh comment, an overlooked invitation, one betrayal, and soon your backpack is so full, you've been weighed down, you're exhausted, you are frustrated. But forgiveness, it's like taking the rocks out one by one. It doesn't excuse what happened, but it sets you free from carrying that. So here's the encouragement for you this week. The bait will come. That's a promise, but you don't have to take it. You do not have to take the bait. Instead of living offended, how about you live free? Instead of building walls, build bridges. And instead of outrage, choose unoffendable love. That's the way of Jesus. That's the unoffendable life.